You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show podcast on KPEL965.com.
What's dangerous and stupid and can cost you 25 grand? Excavating without calling Louisiana One Call. So dial 811 before you dig. It's the law.
News Talk 96.5 KPEL, Breaux Bridge, Lafayette, broadcasting from the Matthew James Tax and Wealth Management Studios, online at MatthewJames.com.
This is a Fox News alert. We're about to hear from Nikki Haley as she drops out of the race for president. I'm Dave Anthony. The morning after a not-so-super Tuesday for her campaign, Haley won Vermont, but former President Trump easily won the other 14 Republican contests. Fox's Bill Maloogian's in Charleston, South Carolina.
We are told she is not going to be endorsing Donald Trump during this speech. Instead, she is going to urge him to try to gain the support of both Republicans and independents who do not support him right now. We're also told she is going to highlight the fact that she felt she was giving Republican primary voters a serious other choice to look at, a non-Trump voice to look at. And she feels that is a voice that is warranted right now.
There's no reaction directly yet from former President Trump, but Fox's Brian Yenes reports from Palm Beach, Florida.
We have received some initial reaction from his super PAC, Make America Great Again, which released a statement congratulating Trump on, quote, vanquishing his opponents. Trump did not mention Haley at all last night in his Super Tuesday victory speech. He instead concentrated on President Biden.
We have a great Republican Party with tremendous talent, and we want to have unity, and we're going to have unity, and it's going to happen very quickly.
President Biden won all but one of the Democratic primaries, and Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports from the White House they had hoped Haley would stay in the race as they focus on a Trump-Biden rematch.
Hammering on the threat to democracy that Trump poses, hearkening back to January 6th, searing in people's minds images of his efforts to overturn the election. And they've been more than happy to see Nikki Haley echoing some of their messaging.
Now, new Fox News Power rankings just out show a Trump lead in their rematch, with more than 70% of voters dissatisfied with the country's direction. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is about to testify at a House hearing about the economy, perhaps indicating more clearly when interest rates will be cut. America's listening to Fox News.
After 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation promised to make sure that we never forget. And since then, they have been supporting American heroes and their families. Heroes like U.S. Army Specialist Michael Hook. He was killed in Iraq. And Hook left behind a pregnant fiancée who gave birth to a son that he would never meet. Tunnel to Towers stepped up. They paid off the mortgage on their home. Donate $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. The letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Pure Talk believes in American values and that free should mean exactly that, free. Well, switch to Pure Talk today and you'll get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Now, qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and, of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today and switch to
South Louisiana's biggest St. Patrick's Day celebration is back. Patty in the Park, Saturday, March 16th at Park International, downtown Lafayette, presented by Bud Light, featuring The Good News, 337, DJ Digital, and the People's Champ, Paul Law.
What it do is Power Wow, I'm the People's Champ.
Tickets available now at Eventbrite.com and all Legends locations. The only official after Patty party happening at downtown Legends Patio. Official Patty in the Park t-shirt by Mike James Entertainment. Wristbands by The Ruins. Designated driver tent by Service Chevrolet.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you Mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Bikers Against Child Abuse empowers children to not feel afraid of the world in which they live. For more information, visit BACAworld.org. Our helpline is 866-885-9474. BACA, breaking the chains of abuse.
This hour of the Moon Griffon Show is brought to you by 1% Lists Acadiana. Call Shannon LeBlanc today at 337-522-0682. Save on fees, not on service.
The views expressed in the following show are those of the hosts or hosts only. They do not represent News Talk 96.5 KPEL or Town Square Media.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Moon Griffon Show. It is hump day already. A beautiful day to be living in the neighborhood. Anyway, great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Matthew James, Tax Wealth Management Hotline. Nikki Haley, devastated, drove into the ground last night. Now she says she's out. She dropped out. She should have dropped out, really, after South Carolina. I mean, really, you can't win your home state. You can't get 40% your home state. You need to go. Trump will get the nominee. We see what the Democrats will do to him, the judges, the courts. Do they wipe him out before the election, or do they really want to run against Trump, and then they beat him up with everything they can beat him up, and they try to put him in jail and arrest his family and all this crap you do in third world countries, which the Democrat Party is bringing to our country now. Democrat Party is no better than a third world country. And we'll see if people respond because, Nikki Haley committed to endorse the Republican candidate. She's already said she's not doing that. Well, who are they going to endorse? That's what amazed me about the Mitt Romneys and the Cassidys and the Nikki Haleys. What are they going to do? Who are they going to endorse? I mean, you're either going to go with Trump or you're going to go with the devil. You're going to go with the people that hate this country. They hate it. They literally hate this country. Democrat Party hates the country. It's official. They hate it. They want to destroy everything about this country. The problem with it is they're convincing their voters that if you destroy our country, they're going to rebuild it in a better way. Ain't no better way. Freedom is the best way. Having a Constitution protecting people's rights is the best way. The Democrats have no desire to protect people's rights. So what is Haley and them going to do? Are they going to turn on Trump and allow whoever replaces Biden, who would be just like Biden? Now, maybe they will have more cognitive development in between the years, but I'm telling you right now, they think the same. They all think the same. There's no difference in the Democrat and national. It's none. It's just none. I mean, they all think the same way with Trump. I got evidence of that today with the border and everything. It's all this when it comes to trans. Boy can be a girl, girl can be a boy, men can get married. They believe all that stuff. All of them believe it. I didn't say all the voters believe it, but they don't pay attention to it. So who is Haley and them going to endorse? Who are they going to get behind now? I mean, you're going to get behind another Joe Biden person? That's what we're fighting, folks. We're fighting people who hate Trump so bad they're willing to throw the whole country down. I throw it into the toilet. I've ran into so many people in the last year when we're talking about national politics that this is their words and this is what they say all the time. If Trump loses and the Democrats hold on to the presidency, because they like me, they know it doesn't matter what name you put on the Democrat. The agenda is a George Soros Green New Deal communism movement. It is what it is to control America. And their voters can't see it. They can't see it for some reason. I can't believe they can't see it. But we lose what everybody's telling me. We're done. We're done as a country. They have no faith in the freedom of this country anymore. I'm talking about people that have been successful in this country. Almost every one of them, and we're done. We are done. Some feel like we're already done. I just don't believe you ought to quit. We got to talk to people. We got to talk to the black voter that keeps voting Democrat only to enslave them. That's what Democrats do. They enslave everybody. It's not blacks. Enslave everybody. They enslave them. They hold them. They hold them down. You ever hear a Democrat talk about prosperity and going to be the best you can be, and let me get out the way so you go do what you can? No. They talk about minimum wage increase. They talk about how everybody's a racist but them. They talk about how the government's going to give you health care, and the government's going to give you freedom, and the government's going to give you a good job, and the government's going to give you a retirement. And all that's a lie. It's been proven every time it's been tried all over the world. So now you got Nikki Haley, who don't want to endorse Trump. And then we got the rest of the left that want to put him in jail or wipe him off the earth. That ain't a good combination for the United States of America. I like to laugh and stuff, but this is not even funny anymore. This is sad. It's like my buddy Paul when he calls. He talks about all these moron Republicans who said, I ain't voting for them no more. You know, the Romneys and the psycho Bill Cassidy's right there with them. Who's psycho going to vote for? Who's Garrett Graves going to vote for now? You know, I read a little thing. I think it was on Jeremy Halford's piece. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser was supposed to be the co-chair of Nikki Haley. How's that working out, Billy? Jay Dardenne was supposed to be part of it. Julie Stokes. I mean, we keep going left and left and left and left. Dardenne and Stokes, you can't get any further left Republicans. And Elevate Louisiana co-founder Cassie Alsfield, something like that, intended to be Haley's co-chair. Really? What y'all going to do now? Y'all going to endorse Joe Biden? So we got a tough fight, folks. This presidential election is in about, what is this, the third month of the year? 7 months. 7 months we're going to be voting for the president of the United States. 7 months. I'm talking 7 months. If we don't get this right, I'm in the group too, we may never get it right. And it's, but I'm hearing this over and over again. I'm talking about business people. I'm talking about very smart people. People that made their money in the private sector. Said, man, my kids and grandkids ain't no way it's going to be. It can't be the same. Just look at the debt we're running up. Look at the border. Just those two things. Screwed our culture up, changing from the definition of marriage to a boy can be a girl can be a boy, men can get pregnant. Boys can date girls and play in the sports. We had a Governor Bell Edwards who was all for all that stuff. I mean, we just lost our mind. And the science is all on our side, but now the science don't matter, but it mattered in COVID. Oh, you had to wear a mask. It's scientifically proven. If you wear one of them cloth masks that you touch all day, you're going to stop a virus. That's what they told us, 6 foot distance, got to get the shot. You know, they told us all this stuff. Where was the science in any of it? But we got science when it comes to a man and a woman. And yet this is all Democrat Party politics because they want to destroy the country. Walker, did you get that clip? You got it? Okay, just hold it for a second, because what I'm going to do when we get back, I'm going to show you that all the Democrats, they all think the same, whether it's the media, it's the politician, not necessarily the voters, but the voters are told how to vote, and they better get in line. They better get in line with the way I saw Charles Barkley, the NBA great. If he runs into one black person voting for Trump, he's going to punch him in the face. And that's a guy with an IQ of about 3. Everybody has a right to vote for who they want to. Because you black, you can vote for Trump. It's just phenomenal when I watch these people that become big shots and big shots on TV. They think they can say anything, and they can. They can say stupid things too. James Carville's back in the news. When James Carville speaks, stupidity flows out. If Carville is speaking, the ignorance and stupidity that comes out of a James Carville, old serpent head, as Rush called him, is phenomenal what comes out of that dummy's mouth. By the way, I got the advocate beating up on Landry, just like I told you would. They're going to just keep pounding on him. Didn't say nothing about old Bell. Didn't even say nothing about Bell when Bell was trying to let little boys go in girls' bathrooms. Or Bell was letting 10-year-old boys get their penises cut off. They didn't say nothing about old Bell. No. Don't say nothing about Bill Edwards. He's our guy. So what is Nikki Haley going to do? And what I'm talking about is Dem Representative Sherman. Biden doesn't need to act on border. Blaming Trump is all you need. See? Blame Trump. Same thing. Don't matter who the Democrat is. That's what this Representative Sherman said. Democrat California, nut from the left. Biden secretly flight to import 320,000 illegal aliens to U.S. I've been hearing people in this state call me and text me and email me, go, Moon, sending me pictures of planes with people, and nobody ever talked, nobody could tell them where it was coming from. How about the Arizona governor vetoed the Alien Invasion Act that would allow police to arrest illegal border crossers? All Democrats. It does not matter what the Democrat is. They don't care, folks. So here it is. Walker, pull it up. MSNBC, Psaki, which was the voice of Biden for a while, and Maddow, they're laughing at and mock the Virginia voters for caring about the border crisis. Okay? And this is two or three of them talking. And they're laughing. They just like these people. There's no border crisis. And they turn to race and racism. And Trump don't want them there. And they're laughing at the border crisis. I didn't know the little girl that got raped in Canada that was 14 years old was funny. But it's funny to Democrats because they're all on the same page. They all on the page of hate, destruction, and everything else. That's who they are. There's no difference. If Joe Biden's replaced, named a Democrat, Newsom, they're all on the same page. Matter of fact, let's do this. We're going to take a break and then we'll play it. When I come back, I'll play this. You got to hear this. They're laughing at it. And, of course, they're calling Trump a racist. He don't want people here to vote for him. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. They don't think we have a border problem. 14-year-old girl gets raped. How about the Raleigh girl getting killed, the young girl in Georgia, the nurse student? Got killed, destroyed. They're laughing at it. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Hey, folks, my good friends at Stein saying, hey, come check us out. They are ready to serve you, folks. It doesn't matter. Appliances, building material, home improvements. Pick up your orders at curbside, place the order, and come pick it up. We're talking about Stein, one of those great Louisiana companies, folks. Assorted flowers and vegetables on sale. They've got outdoor power equipment sale going on right now. Outdoor living sale going on right now. You need to check it out, folks. Steinhome.com. Steinhome.com. You know it's crawfish season. You want to do your ball of crawfish. No, they don't have crawfish. They got everything to cook it. Everybody outside grilling, they got grills you're not going to believe. Grills and deals at Stein, always. Free assemblies on grills, $299 or more. It's just deals. Special financing available for 12 months. Appliances, flooring, they got it all. You need to go to Stein. You need to go today. Steinhome.com, Steinhome.com. Better brands, lower prices, guaranteed. The Louisiana company, Stein, you got to trust them. They're waiting on you. When you think about how you'll spend your money in retirement, what comes to mind? Probably travel, sunny beaches, and spoiling your grandchildren. But a recent survey found that over 30% of every dollar a retiree spends goes to taxes. Baby boomers were told for years to save money in their IRAs and 401ks and pay taxes later. Well, now that day has arrived, and boomers are shocked to see a third of their money going back to Uncle Sam. John Blanchard and the Matthew James Financial Group can help. What if you could protect all or most of your retirement wealth from future tax rate increases? Achieve a zero or near zero effective tax rate for most of your retirement years. Find out more. 337-366-8366. Isn't it time you got a second opinion on your wealth and retirement outlook? Learn how you could potentially kick the IRS out of your IRA. 337-366-8366 and online at MatthewJames.com.
What's holding you?
Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. By the way, I'm loaded up with some state stuff. I'm going to get to all that. I just wanted to mention the Donald Trump wins big. Michael Lunsford's going to join us a little bit at 10 with Tulane and some of the woke stuff they're doing. Also at 10:30, 2 or 4, we got Senator Kirk Talbot. Will we get tort reform? What laws are coming forward? What's being filed? I want to know. I thought all those things are very, very important. I still think they're very important. So we'll get a chance to visit with that. So I do have some stuff. Blue Cross Blue Shield. What's going to happen with that? We had Jeremy Stein on yesterday. And then, of course, the Advocate Pounded and Jeff Landry. That, too, is all in the news. So let me show you. So Democrats, it don't matter if it's Obama, don't matter if it's Biden, don't matter if it's governor, they all stick together. They look the other way when there's border crisis. We have a border crisis. We're 8, 10, 12 million people coming across. We don't know who they are. We're seeing rapes and murders. And we got the left laughing at it. We got the governor in Arizona, after a bill was passed by the Republican legislature, vetoing a bill. Arizona governor vetoes the Alien Invasion Act, allow police to arrest illegal border crossers. Made it misdemeanor for anyone illegally crossed the border other than a lawful port of entry. What is wrong? This is comments that Democrats don't want nothing to do with it. So yesterday, Rachel Maddow and Jen Psaki, and they had some other people on, I guess, her show. I guess people watch that crap. I don't watch that. I never watched that. I tried to watch her one time. I had diarrhea. So here is, I want you to listen to this. They joke because Virginia, they had asked them what's the most important thing, and they put the illegal immigration problem because it's a problem everywhere. They don't get it because they don't want to get it. Listen to this.
Increasingly, from the Tea Party on, they're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want. A black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus. At this stage, it isn't about economics.
Which is why Trump killed the immigration bill.
Correct.
That's why. And because otherwise, he can't run against the other and brown people and people who don't look like him, like his supporters, his base of supporters, coming across the border and scaring people and killing people or whatever he's threatening out there. I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I mean, I live in Virginia. Immigration was the number one issue. I mean, again, these could change in Virginia.
Well, Virginia does have a border with West Virginia. Very contested area. Build the wall.
What? I mean, when I was in New Hampshire, people were...
So the little girl that got raped in Canada, they're laughing at it. I mean, these people are sick. I told you, folks, there's a satanic spiritual movement going, and they got it. They understand it because they're all in. People are concerned because it's a problem. They just poo-poo everything. What do? They bring in their only thing in the Democrat Party playbook, race. They don't want a brown person voting for them. They don't want to run against brown people. They have no conscience of what's going on, but I think they do, and they all for bringing America down because that's what the Democrats do. They bring this country to its knees. I told you, Democrat policy, they destroy families, they destroy communities, they destroy cities, they destroy counties, they destroy states, and they destroy countries. The whole thing with their policies. And yet, I'm telling you, they're all the same. It doesn't matter what Democrat you put up there, the governor of Arizona, Michelle Obama, Joe Biden, Barack Hussein Obama, this representative from California, Bill Edwards. Bill didn't send no troops down there to help Abbott. Bill never lifted a finger on this issue. Crime went crazy under Bill Edwards. And as the stupidity devil's advocate and these rest of the people look the other way. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. The stupidity of looking the other way because they don't love this country. The devil's advocate doesn't love this state. All we get from that is, well, it's increased Medicaid and racism. Racism. That's all we hear. It's an election year. I know. You know why? Racism's brought up. Trump don't want these people to cross because they don't look like his voters. If I was a black man and had the same brave brainwaves that I have, I'd be voting for Donald Trump if I was black. Because when did the Democrats ever do for you? They putting some of these illegals in areas where the blacks are, and blacks are getting upset, and they don't care. That's so sad. But that's what these people, they think the same. Groupthink has always been communism. Groupthink. Oh, science is settled. No, it ain't. Abortion's settled. No, it ain't. This is the way they think. And it's just, I watch this and I just can't believe what I'm seeing. We got a young girl, 14-year-old, raped in Kenner. They're laughing on TV. And I hate to say this, but if one of them got raped by an illegal, would that wake them up? I didn't say I wish that. I don't. But would that wake them up if they lost one of their kids or one of their family members and they got raped by an illegal? Will one of them step up and say, whoa, we got a problem now? Because they're not getting hurt. The average person is. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Well, I know we're in election year because here comes racism. We'll take a break. Hey, folks, this is Moon Griffon. I built my dream home. Start imagining your dream home. And when you do, make sure you call my friends or get in touch with my friends at Schumacher Homes. SchumacherHomes.com, SchumacherHomes.com. When you tour Schumacher Model Home, you're in control. Stop by during operating hours and tour at your own pace. There's a reason my friends at Schumacher have been building homes for over 30 years. They're committed to making the home building process as enjoyable, simple, and hassle-free as possible. Call them or visit them, SchumacherHomes.com. SchumacherHomes.com to schedule your free, no-obligation design and pricing meeting. Hey, it's an hour or two of your time working on your dream home. And my friends over at Schumacher Homes just announced some exciting news. You can get a mortgage rate as low as 2.875% when you finance with Schumacher Homes. That is 2.875% when you finance with Schumacher Mortgage. Hey, the whole Schumacher team is dedicated to making sure your dream home becomes a reality. SchumacherHomes.com, SchumacherHomes.com. Folks, remember the name All Field Equipment, allfieldequipment.com. When I say All Field, that's ALL Field.com. All Field Equipment, founded in 2016 by my good friend, Mr. Bill Allen, with over 50 years' experience in the oil and gas industry. Hey, this is a great company to do business with. Whether it's production equipment, control valves, controller, glyco pumps, chemical pumps, chokes, Wilden pumps, Barton recorders, Allfield has new, rebuilt, and parts. Allfield handles some of the industry's top brands such as Norasil, Fisher, and Kimray. On the supply side, Allfield has anything from Q-tips to appliances to general Allfield supplies. Allfield is one of the largest suppliers of bottled water in the Gulf. And remember, Allfield never changes transportation. Like the name says, Allfield has it all, covering the Architects area and the Gulf of Mexico. Allfield Equipment, 337-837-1003, 337-837-1003. Hello, Acadiana.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This hour of the Moon Griffon Show is brought to you by 1% Lists Acadiana. Call Shannon LeBlanc today at 337-522-0682. Save on fees, not on service.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. It is a Matthew James Tax Wealth Management Hotline, 844-766-6607. You can always email me, moon@moongriffon.com, moon@moongriffon.com. A way to get in touch with us. And folks, just another few minutes, and I want to move on because I got some state stuff, and I definitely want to dive into that kind of stuff. But can you believe? I tell you, with the Democrats, you got to listen to them. It's all the same thought process. They all believe the same. They really don't think we have a problem at all, folks. They don't. And here's the thing. They don't care if we have a problem. This is a way to destroy us. It's a way to ruin the country. It's a way to get the voters in to vote for Democrats so they can dominate, so we can have more spending. They can own health care. They can own the energy sector. It's all it is a power grab, but, evil things happen when good men don't. Evil things happen when good men don't stand up. It's going to happen. So I don't think it's funny that young girls are being raped. I don't think it's funny with the sex trafficking that's going on. I don't think it's funny that people are being killed and murdered, like the young girl, Riley. This is the issue. So when they did a poll, if you listen in Virginia, the illegals coming across was the biggest issue in their mind because it's become the biggest issue in the United States of America. Illegals coming in this country, getting all benefits, staying in hotels. People are sick of this. They're sick of loved ones dying. By the way, they didn't laugh about the fentanyl coming across, wiping out kids and people left and right. See, they think they're funny. They just look the other way because they don't have to live this. But the mom, I was reading the other day what the mom said, how it's senseless that my daughter got killed. She was going to be a nurse, and she was at George. She was killed. She was sick about it. They don't care about that. Biden didn't call her because she probably wasn't black. Trump called her. And then for them to bring up race, that's all they got. Race. It's a division of the country. They divide and conquer. That's what Satan, the Bible is real plain. Satan does this through the Democrat Party now. He does it to us personally, but he does it through the Democrat Party. I'm not wrong on this. I'm sick about it. Watching them destroy our country. Instead of every Democrat who believes that moving to China or moving to Russia or moving to Venezuela or moving the hell out of here, go to these places that all this utopia is taking place, they want to destroy us because that's what they did in these other countries. Makes no sense to me. And good people are not standing up. So I get so mad about the Green New Deal and all this money being taken by universities and the state, and I'll get to that later again, but it bothers me. Taking money for what reason? It's going to destroy us. They don't care. They're getting their money. Who gives a dang about the guy on the radio? The hell does he know? Apparently not too much because I'm on the other side of this. All right, one more time, we're going to move on. MSNBC's Jen Psaki and Maddow laughing and mocking the Virginia voters for caring about the border crisis. The reason they're putting this down, folks, and calling it racism, they got to change the narrative. Everybody with a half a brain, everybody knows this border crisis is 100% on the top of the Democrats and Biden. Everybody knows this. And so what they got to do is they got to turn it into race because they know it's a losing issue because this is what's on people's mind all the way in Virginia. They make fun of it, but they got to bring race in because they have nothing else. So when it starts with Jen Psaki, who was a nut with the Biden administration years ago. I mean, a crazy woman. And Maddow has been nuts from a long ways back. So here they are again making fun of you and me and the Virginia voters is, why is this? But they got to talk about race first because they got to change the narrative away from Biden on to Trump, so they got to talk about racism. Here we go.
Increasingly, from the Tea Party on, they're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want. A black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus. At this stage, it isn't about economics.
Which is why Trump killed the immigration bill.
Correct.
That's why. And because otherwise he can't run against the other and brown people and people who don't look like him, like his supporters, his base of supporters, coming across the border and scaring people and killing people or whatever he's threatening out there. I mean, if you look at some of these exit polls, I mean, I live in Virginia. Immigration was the number one issue. I mean, again, these could change in Virginia.
Well, Virginia does have a border with West Virginia.
A woman got raped 14 years. That's so funny. The girl in Georgia got killed by illegal. Oh, it's so funny. That's what they're doing. That's what turning a race. They know that we got them. If people will wake up, we got them. We can stop the craziness. They don't want to stop the craziness. They want more. They want more confusion. It's so sad to watch a country. I'm watching it dwindling down because we're putting up with stuff like this from living fools. Fools. I'm talking about royalty fools because they're not worried about being raped, and they're not worried about fentanyl killing them, and they're not worried about being killed by an illegal. Oh, no. I just thought, what if one of them were raped? What if one of them had lost kids to fentanyl? What if somebody was killed? What if? I don't wish that on anybody. This is what we're going at, folks. So what are they doing? We got the issue of the border being wide open down south, and up north in Washington, we got a problem of we're going to spend every penny we could possibly pass and borrow and sell. They're driving us in the ground. It is a top and bottom closing in on the United States of America. And in between all that, the Green New Deal. And these people have lost their minds. It's a sad day in America. The media, you know, I fussed about the devil's advocate. That's a piece of rag trash, no different than MSNBC or CNN. There's no difference between them and CNN and MSNBC. These people are laughing. And yet I'm sitting here going, I couldn't imagine waking up. A 14-year-old girl's been raped by somebody who shouldn't even been in the country. I couldn't imagine the mom of the Raleigh lady losing a child, young, pretty girl that was at Georgia just jogging, and a maniac thug. I don't care if he was whiter than snow. He's a maniac thug that did that. Same thing raping that little girl, maniac thug. I do not care what color they are. I would say that if it was my own kin. They find humor. The Virginia voters, what's important to them is the border. They got a border south of West Virginia. So fun. Just hilarious. I'm sorry I missed the punchline, folks. They all, I'm telling you, Democrats in power, media, Washington, D.C., your governor, not our governor, I used to be governor, the governor in Arizona, the governor in Massachusetts, the governor in New York, the governor in California. We can go, this is what they think. I saw a story, Bernie Sanders said we can't let Trump win. Can't let Trump win because he's going to start pushing oil and gas again. They're going to start producing again. Sanders wants the Green New Deal. By the way, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, I went a little longer than I wanted to go. Said Democrat Representative Sherman, Biden doesn't need to act on borders. Blame Trump. Don't fix the problem. Just blame Donald Trump. And they have. They call it racism. Biden been flying people, 320 illegal aliens to the United States. All you people have been sending me pictures and sending stuff going, man, what's these planes lining up with all these look like illegals? Guess what? And then the Arizona governor vetoed an invasion act that would let them allow to arrest these people. I mean, letting arrest them so you can have peace of mind and peace of... Democrats don't want peace. They don't want peace in your pocketbooks. They don't want peace in your life. That's why they got to keep it. Gin it up, gin it up, gin it up, gin it up. They have no other option, folks. All right. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we got a little Blue Cross Blue Shield stuff we want to talk about. I just think it's important what Stein and them are doing yesterday. Once again, the media is tripping out. Really didn't do anything. They're trying to pass some bills. Talk a little bit about that. Louisiana poised to lead latest energy boom renewables. Woo! We getting ready to boom, baby. According to the Devil's Advocate. We'll be right back. From their humbling beginning, Dino Hardwoods is striving to provide superior service and quality products for their customers. Hey, I know Charles Altman. He does a great job. If you're looking for lumber, Dino Hardwood stocks a large selection of domestic and import hardwood lumber and cypress. You ought to see their stuff. Exotic lumber, they got that as well. Trust in Dino Hardwoods when it comes to your exotic lumber needs right now. Molding, plywood, paint, and L products, they are ready for you. They got 3 great locations. Their corporate office is right here in Broussard, Louisiana. There's an office in Shreveport on 2801 Valley View Drive and one in Tyler, Texas, 12492 Highway 155 North. Hey, if you're looking for something different and something new and somebody who will service you, it's Dino Hardwoods. I'm telling you, don't forget Dino Hardwoods. DinoHardwoods.com, DinoHardwoods.com. Great locations. They can service you. They can deliver. DinoHardwoods.com. Check out this great Louisiana company. Folks, you hear me brag about an advertisement. South Star Urgent Care is the name you need to know. Listen, you look up, you're in the middle of the night, you're looking, God, where do we go? South Star Urgent Care. They open on weekends, they open at night, they can get you taken care of. If you're sick, if you're feeling bad, maybe you coughing, dehydrated, fever, flu, fractures, South Star Urgent Care wants to service you, and they're going to treat you like you want to be treated. They're going to get you in, get you out. You're not going to sit in a dark waiting room for a bunch of times. South Star Urgent Care. Go to SouthStarMoon.com, SouthStarMoon.com. You know you can register before you go and set your appointment. Hey, it's really cool. These folks at South Star greet you with a genuine smile and make you feel very comfortable. Folks, you're looking for the perfect urgent care? It's South Star Urgent Care. Go to SouthStarMoon.com, SouthStarMoon.com. South Star Urgent Care. It's the urgent care you need. Go to SouthStarMoon.com, SouthStarMoon.com.
Looking for a place?
Hello, welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. Matthew James, Tax and Wealth Management Hotline. If you'd like to be part of the program, your opportunity to be a voice. Last thing, what Abbott and DeSantis did by sending illegals all over the country, especially in these blue states and blue cities. That's what. Now you got people that vote for Democrats going, I ain't voting for y'all if y'all don't continue to do this, and they can't win on the issue. Everybody knows the problem. They can't win on the issue. That was brilliant for them sending people up. The city of New York is suing a bus company for $600 million for all this. It's crazy. You're dealing with crazy with Democrats. This ain't your daddy's Democrat Party. It's not even close. This is a hateful, filthy, nasty party. Let's go to David in Farmerville. David, how you doing?
All right, sir. How are you this morning, Brother Moon?
Doing fine, sir.
Hey, I was going to talk about the illegals. I do a lot of traveling. I had to fly through Arizona a few weeks ago, and there was probably just the terminal I was in, probably between 100 and 150 illegals in that terminal. All of them had their little envelopes and their new cell phones, and I noticed every one of them had brand new passports. And I want you to know there was some pissed off people in that airport.
Yeah. Well,
but that's in every airport I fly through.
Yep, and when I flew, I saw some of that too. But it's become such a bad thing for the United States of America. The Democrats don't get it. The media doesn't get it. What they're doing now is they're saying, well, Trump can win on this. We got to make Trump look like a racist. We got to start hollering racism. He don't want brown people in here. I don't think. And let me ask you a question. Can you name one racist act? Trump was president for 4 years. Can you name one racist act that Trump did to hurt one black person or one brown person in this country? Can you name one?
Donald Trump is the least racist person probably in the United States. He's like me. He don't care about color. It's whether you can perform the job or not.
Yeah.
And if you can't perform the job, it makes absolutely no difference what color you are. You got to go.
Well, I'm telling you right now.
If you can't take care of yourself, you don't need to be here. It's not my job, and it's not your job, and not anybody else's job to clothe, house, and feed somebody that has no intentions of working.
Well, I'm just telling you that Trump didn't do anything. I'm just telling you, Trump.
No, he's never done anything racist.
No, when they start hollering that, because they don't have anything. They don't have anything on the agenda. They can't run on anything. What they gonna run on, the economy? What they gonna run on? How they pay debt off? What they gonna run on? How they protecting people from fentanyl? What can they run on? They can't run on the positive. People go be the best they could be because they're not about that. They're about government controlling everything. One of the way government controls everything is to pass out money to everybody and play Santa Claus just like they're doing in the Green New Deal. I'm watching oil and gas industry. People like that take the money.
No Democrat running for any office in the United States has one positive thing that they can run on that they are not trying to lie about. None of them.
No argument here.
And that is a straight-up, cold, hard fact.
But think about that, though, David. You got people in the media, the dumbest ones, of course, falling out laughing at this issue, making it a racial issue. And nobody ever stopped on the. It was about 5 women there. Well, I want them to, hold on just a second. What about the woman that was raped? What about the people that are being killed? What about the drugs that are coming across? Never said that. It all became, because the issue is a gigantic losing issue to the Democrats. It is an issue they cannot run on. They're losing. When they said in that thing, well, he should have passed the immigration bill. The immigration bill wouldn't have stopped anything from what's happened under Biden's 3 years of running. Being in office. That wouldn't have changed one thing of what's happened. That would not have stopped the girl being raped in Kennard or a young Raleigh girl being killed in Georgia because they passed that bill. It wouldn't have stopped none of that.
Yes. There are laws on the books right now, and Joe Biden and the Democratic administration are just thumbing their nose at federal laws right now. In my mind, what Joe Biden has done is straight up treason.
Yep. I agree. All right, got to run. Thanks. Appreciate the call. I wanted to touch base. There was an article, Louisiana lawmakers take aim at Blue Cross with bills that would make another deal harder. Okay, that was the headlines in the Devil's Advocate. I had Jeremy Stein on yesterday. Senator Stein explained what they were trying to do. They're not trying to make it hard for Blue Cross Blue Shield to sell. They're trying to make sure some of the bad parts of it can't happen. That's it. Blue Cross Blue Shield has been a very good company for the state. I pray they don't leave. I hope they get to stay. But they may want to sell. They still may want to sell. I get it. Okay? So what they did is they just try to put a few safeguards. That's it. That's it. It's not a big deal. They just trying to say, hold up just a second. They had so many bad parts of this deal. Okay? Stein's bill would prohibit the direction of insurance companies from receiving financial compensation for a company sale. You remember how the board members, they will get $100,000 per year for 10 years. They will get $1 million for just agreeing to get rid of it. Well, the board members ought to not make a penny on it. And this is one of the things that made it a bad deal. Stein's bill would prohibit a company from soliciting proxy votes from its members over a potential sale by phone. A practice Blue Cross officials said they had been using, calling people up and talking to them and then getting them to vote a certain way. What is wrong with that? That's not a bad bill. That doesn't mean Blue Cross can't sell. McMaster's bill said it would prohibit companies from soliciting proxy ballots over a proposed sale before the Department of Insurance has held public hearings to weigh the pros and cons of the deal. In other words, they were doing all this proxy and selling stuff before the committees even had a chance to ask questions. Like McMath said was crazy to him, how can you issue a proxy ballot weeks before public hearings on something? His bill also required to get Department of Insurance to prove the wording of any ads or marketing material touting the benefits of the company's sale to ensure they aren't misleading. That's some misleading ads. So it's not going to stop Blue Cross Blue Shield if they want to sell. I don't think they will. I mean, they may sell, but I don't think it'll stop anything. The thing that got me, I mean, Tim Barfield and some of these people are going to make millions overseeing some of this stuff. Nobody was for that brother-in-law deal. And it wasn't for the board. The board was going to make $1 million a piece. If I'm sitting on the board, I'm going, man, the next 10 years, I'm going to get $1 million. Next 10 years, I'm going to get $1 million. All I got to do is agree to do this. You know, in Louisiana, you can buy a vote quick. And that was the problem. Nobody mad at Blue Cross Blue Shield. Just mad at the way this thing went down. So now they got some people want to correct it. That's all. I don't think it's a bad idea either. Anyway, we got to take a break. More to come. Got a couple guests coming up, and don't go nowhere. Line One is a business telecom provider. Line One specializes in cloud-based communication with superior customer service. If you're frustrated with phone bills you can't understand, endless hold time to customer support, and phone system that is not meeting your needs, then you need to go to Line.One and schedule a free consultation to advance your business phone system. Line One, technology with a human touch. Go to Line.One and tell them Moon sent you. Again, that is Line.One.
Show that's not immune to facts. The Dan Bongino Show here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
News Talk 96.5 KPEL, Brobridge, Lafayette, a Town Square media station broadcasting from the Matthew James Financial Studio.
This is a Fox News alert. Nikki Haley is no longer running for president. I'm Dave Anthony.
I am filled with the gratitude for the outpouring of support we've received from all across our great country. But the time has now come to suspend my campaign.
After Haley lost 14 of the Super Tuesday 15 Republican contest, she congratulated the former president but did not endorse him.
It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that.
The Trump campaign put out a statement that now is the time for the Republican Party to unify. As the Senate's Minority Leader Mitch McConnell just endorsed the former president, there's a Trump Truth Social post inviting Haley voters to join him, calling President Biden the enemy who's destroying the country. Now, the president won all but one of the Democratic primaries, and Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports his campaign has a statement out, also reaching out to Haley supporters.
It says, quote, "There's a place for them in my campaign. I know there's a lot we won't agree on, but on the fundamental issues of preserving American democracy, on standing up for rule of law, on treating each other with decency and dignity and respect, preserving NATO and standing up to America's adversaries, I hope we can find common ground."
As we head toward a Biden-Trump rematch, there are Fox News power rankings now giving the former president a lead.
Over 70% of voters think the country is headed in the wrong direction. With both campaigns transition to general election season, Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin are currently rated as toss-ups. All states President Biden won in 2020. Former President Trump lost the state of Georgia in 2020, which is currently rated as lean R, meaning right now he has the edge.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz, the Federal Reserve chairman's testifying before Congress, but Jerome Powell's not ready to commit when this year they'll cut interest rates.
The economic outlook is uncertain, and ongoing progress toward our 2% objective for inflation is not assured.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own.
Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4-LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Pure Talk believes in American values and that free should mean exactly that, free. Well, switch to Pure Talk today and you'll get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Now, qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and, of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today and switch to my cell phone company, Pure Talk.
Court-appointed special advocates, or CASA, are specially trained volunteers that help secure safe homes for abused and neglected children. Don't let these innocent victims slip through the cracks of our complicated legal system. Get involved today. Call CASA at 268-5111. This nonprofit organization moment brought to you by News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
South Louisiana's biggest St. Patrick's Day celebration is back. Patty in the Park, Saturday, March 16th at Park International, downtown Lafayette, presented by Bud Light, featuring The Good News, 337, DJ Digital, and the People's Champ, Paul Law.
What it do is Power Wow, I'm the People's Champ.
Tickets available now at Eventbrite.com and all Legends locations. The only official after Patty party happening at downtown Legends Patio. Official Patty in the Park t-shirt by Mike James Entertainment. Wristbands by The Ruins. Designated driver tent by Service Chevrolet.
The views expressed in the following show are those of the hosts or hosts only. They do not represent News Talk 96.5 KPEL or Town Square Media.
Hi, hello. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. It is a Matthew James Tax Wealth Management Hotline. By the way, before we go to our next guest, Governor Landry signed executive order, issued disaster declaration for the crawfish industry. And I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how, when they do that, they get federal money. Landry says all 365,000 crawfish acres in Louisiana have been affected by these conditions. That's why I'm issuing a disaster. The problem you run into, and I saw this with, I don't know if this is the BP spill. Anybody dealing with cash, being blunt with you, anybody with being with cash, when you start asking the government to give you money, you got to show them some numbers. Have you been dealing with any cash? I'm not saying anybody has. But if you have, you probably ain't going to get what you want. You're probably not going to get what you need. And if I hear somebody complain about, well, I'm only getting this, how much did you report? What did you show? I'm just putting it out there. I know shrimp, my friends in the shrimp business, same thing as my friends in the crawfish business. I just know that there were a lot of cash. You can't say that you can't just add to your bottom line and say, well, I took all this cash. They're going to say, well, you owe us some money. So just you got to be careful about that, depending on what happens. But, it's a shame because we all love our crawfish and we love the farmers that do well. And it just, with the drought, which happens every now and then, not because of global warming, not because of climate change. We got droughts. They're going to come and go all the time. They always will and always have. That you listening to an idiot from the newspaper, you probably wouldn't know that. All righty, Michael Lunsford joins us. He is head of Citizens from New Louisiana. Michael, what's up?
Oh, man, how's it going, man? We're just, we're always watching and seeing what our government's up to. And the latest thing is, these library battles we've been going through with all these nasty books we're finding in the kids section. Well, one of the ways that we found that the other side has been silencing good conservative people out there who are upset by this is with this threat of a lawsuit. And whether it's an actual threat or just, you saw someone else get sued, so you're afraid to speak out. So now we have the state of Louisiana has been funding Tulane University. In just the last few years, they've got over $75 million. Tulane University in 2020 started something called the First Amendment Clinic, the law clinic, and they've been suing or threatening to sue local library boards. In fact, they sued Lafayette last year. The Lafayette Library Board is pending in federal court, and it's all about these erotic children's books that no one wants in their library, and they're fighting to keep it there.
Wow. Unbelievable. We haven't, it's amazing they turn that on Christians and conservatives, but really what we're fighting is that parents should have a say, parents should have a right, and parents have a right to decide what happens with their kids. And they get mad at that. They just get mad at it.
Well, they do, man. And one of the challenges that we've seen is they slip these books in between regular books on the shelf in the children's section. And so there's no little, what do they have? The little E that they put on these the music albums for explicit language. Or they don't have any markings on them. A lot of these are cartoon books. And you open them up and you're going to fall over with what you see in them. There's just nasty stuff. And and no one's banning these books. They're just moving them out of the children's section so kids aren't surprised by this when they're flipping through other books. They just go to the adult section because that's where this stuff goes. That's where it's supposed to go anyway. In fact, we could even make the argument that why are we paying for someone else's pornography at all? If they want to buy their own pornography, they can go down to the Circle K and get it themselves. Why do taxpayers have to pay for this?
Well, I'm talking about, that was my question. Why are we giving money to Tulane?
Well, who knows why we're giving money to Tulane?
I'm just kind of curious. Tulane gets money because every representative has got at least a scholarship to give. So that's one way that we give money. It's supposed to be a private school, but like everything else, our state government finds a way to give out money.
I don't think we appropriate. It's worth about $60,000 a year. Each legislator and senator, and plus I think mayors and some other people get it, where they can send a full-ride scholarship for a year to Tulane, any student they want that qualifies to be at Tulane, obviously.
Correct.
It's worth, $60,000 a year is the value of that. So that's how you keep people happy. Now, the state, as far as I know, we've looked for it, doesn't write a check for that. That's Tulane out of the goodness of their heart allows them to send whoever they want to school there. I think, you could say that's kind of like a bribe. It's not, you're not paying the news or the lawmaker directly, but you're allowing them something of value that they can give away to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Mike, so what are y'all trying to, y'all making some stuff, y'all shining a light on them. What are you hoping to accomplish by showing what these people are doing and what money's being spent and what they're actually trying to do?
Well, in 2020, the legislature appropriated about $1.1 million to Tulane. Last year, 2023, they appropriated $43 million? Mm-hmm. $42.1 million that they gave to Tulane. And it's been gradually increasing. It went from $1 million to $11 million to $32 million, now to $42 million.
You don't know why the money's going to Tulane? There's no
I just know Tulane is attacking us, and we're sending money to Tulane. Yeah. It could be sent over for a purpose or not a purpose. It doesn't matter. It's just like saying, well, we're funding Planned Parenthood, but we're not paying for abortions.
Yeah.
It's like, really? That's what they do.
Yeah.
Well, we're funding their office operations. Well, you're funding abortions. It's the same thing here. You have a state-funded college that is attacking the core principles of the community that they're supposed to be serving. They're attempting to change the culture, just like we did back in the 50s with no French in schools. They're doing the same thing now with this erotic stuff. They want these kids to get this material
you feel like,
in order to be surprised
You
by
feel
it.
like what you're saying is that Tulane is leading the charge on it?
Oh, absolutely. They've bragged about it on their website. It's in our article on our website about Tulane. What's the title here? Tulane Battle to Redefine Free Speech in Louisiana.
So tell me about the article.
I
did glance. I didn't get a chance to read it all, but I did glance at it, and that's why I called you.
Well, it's a little long. The last two sections of the article address the specific issues with the Tulane Law Clinic, but they sued the town of Grand Isle They've sued Lafayette. They're threatening to sue Livingston. They got a strongly worded letter said, if you don't do this, we're going to sue you. They're also engaged in St. Tammany Parish and in Rapides Parish. That's St. Tammany's Slidell. That's where a lot of drama has been going on in the library. Rapides is around Alexandria, Louisiana. So they're threatening, effectively, they're threatening lawsuits against any of these library boards that would dare to move these nasty children's books out of the children's section.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that's the gist of the problem, aside from just suing municipalities and effectively becoming the ACLU of Louisiana. We don't need another one. ACLU's got enough. We've got enough drama from those guys. We don't need to fund our own, as Thomas Paine said, furnish the means by which we suffer. We don't need to be doing that.
Let me ask you a question. So you're telling me this money that we're giving them is going directly to what you're talking about?
Well, it's going to Tulane. Tulane has a lot of stuff. They've got a law school. They've got this clinic where they're suing people. They have hospitals and medical. They have, they really, it's a diverse organization now.
Yeah.
But you're sending them money. They're doing this.
Yes, yeah.
It's almost like you're telling them, hey, keep doing what you're doing. We're giving you more money. Here you go, more money.
Why you think they're having an increase all of a sudden? Well, we didn't give them much until it's getting more and more and more.
Well, it could be related to their medical side. During COVID, a lot of money was flowing in COVID to medical. But the challenge we run into is when the money's flowing, you start seeing what they stand for. You start seeing their inner soul. And their inner soul is trying to crush conservatism in Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing, but they're doing it with taxpayer dollars too.
Well, they're being funded and sustained with taxpayer dollars. I don't know exactly if the dollars are going here, there, or yonder, but the fact is, just like when you raise a special tax I love these. When you do a police pay raise tax or a teacher pay raise tax, well, what do they do with the money? Well, all they're doing is rededicating general fund money and getting that back. So I was paying teachers with the general fund. Now we have a dedicated tax we can pay teachers with. So we're going to take all the money we were giving to teachers and put it back in the general fund so we can spend it on other stuff. It's the same stuff here. They can move money around internally to cover core things that they want to do based on money they're getting to cover other things that maybe they had to pay for before. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Well, let me ask you a question. If people want to read more about it or check more into it, what do they need to do?
Well, it's at newlouisiana.org. It's not the top article anymore. We had one come out yesterday about the accomplishments of the crime session. So you have to scroll for just a little bit to get to the first article down below. But it's a photo of one of the buildings at Tulane, and that's what the article's about. It actually, we got picked up by the Hayride yesterday as well. So the Hayride will have it. It'll show up on all of our social media as well.
All righty, Michael Lunsford. All right, Mike, appreciate it.
All right, Moon.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Got to take a break. More to come. Moon Griffon Show. Don't go anywhere. By the way, Senator Kirk Talbot at the bottom of the hour. Tort reform. Will we get something done? He's got one of them committees to get it done. We'll see what he says when we get back after the 10:30 break. One more break to go before then. We'll take a break. Be right back. Line One is a business telecom provider. Line One specializes in cloud-based communication with superior customer service. If you're frustrated with phone bills you can't understand, endless hold time to customer support, and phone system that is not meeting your needs, then you need to go to Line.1 and schedule a free consultation to advance your business phone system. Line One, technology with a human touch. Go to Line.1 and tell them Moon sent you. Again, that is Line.1. Oh, Shucks, you've been hearing me brag about Shucks. Been going there for many, many years. Shucks does a great job. If you like seafood, you got to go to Shucks in Abbeville. I'm telling you right now, there's shrimp, there's oysters, there's fish, all fresh every day right off the boat. So if you want something fresh and you want fresh seafood, you got to go to Shucks. Don't forget, if you're having a party, call Shucks. Let them cater the event for you. Or you can go pick it up. Shucks, they're waiting on you. If you want a great time and you want great food, you got to go to Shucks in Abbeville. Shucks, They're good. Folks, I want to tell you about one of my new advertisers, Adapt Concepts AC Service Repairs. Serving all of Acadiana, surrounding areas, and the Gulf of Mexico for over 6 years. Full-service AC and heating company, repairs, installation, and preventive maintenance, which is very, very important. Installation service, professional quality services, focus on creating value for you. Terms of certified technician, 24/7 customer service, and free consultation. I'm talking Adapt Concepts, AC Service Repairs. You want the professionals, you want the best, this is them. Purchase a qualified high-efficient system for maintenance, plus get a free 12-year parts and labor warranty. Wow, don't you want to know about that? Call them at 337-408-8202. That's 337-408-8202. Or go to the website, adapt-ac.com. That's adapt-ac.com.
Hi, this is
Hey, y'all, welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Matthew James, Tax and Wealth Management Hotline. I've always wondered why, somebody can explain it to me, that's fine, why our representatives were all able to give a Tulane scholarship away every year. There's a deal cut. What's the purpose of it? Nobody's explained it to me yet. David Vitter, when David Vitter was there, he tried to do away with it. David Vitter got, the Good Old Boy Network smoked him, trying to get rid of this scholarship thing. And I just don't know why. What's the purpose? What's the reason? There's a reason. Somebody might can explain it to me. Maybe I can understand it. But I never have known what the reason was that they give away the scholarship. I read a sad letter today to the editor. Goodbye to Lafayette, a community like no other. And I don't know if I ought to put the name out there, but it's a lady, and she's leaving. She's born here, moved around a lot, but been here for almost 20 years. And not only Lafayette, it's just in Louisiana. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor. After months trying to decide the best way to move forward, chosen to move. Guess what? You got a brain tumor. It's sad, and I pray for her. I pray she can be totally healed. But she has to leave because she's choosing to move with my kids to Austin, Texas, because she can't stay here. She's going to be with her kids. And they're not in Louisiana. But don't let that worry you, folks. Bel Air was fixed all that, didn't it? That's what makes it's sad to fight the brain tumor. But it's also sad she's got to move to be with her kids because her kids don't live in Louisiana. And that's a theme year over and over and over again. And it's kind of sad that we keep going through this. And when I saw that, I just was sad. Federal funding package, Democrats are pushing down. Mike Johnson and them may go with it. 1,000-page deal. 6 appropriation bills. A total $435 million in earmarks, also known as pork, where the federal government tax dollars go to local spending that you people that stand out there and take that money. One of the bills, now remember, they're trying to bridge the gap so we don't have to shut the government down and we're so dire needed. We got to have more money. So when they cut these deals, they just throw in another $500 million of pork spending on money we don't have. The bill would allocate $1 million to renovate the William Way LGBTQ Community Center in Philadelphia. Equity earmarks get plenty of attention as well. City of Norwalk in California, transportation system will get $850,000 for a bus stop equity project. What the hell is that? Hundreds of projects, from funding local community centers to grant programs to construction projects and more, pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars in each project at the involved lawmakers' request. They don't have any respect for money. You're going to see why your food's going to be almost unaffordable. It's right here, printing of money. In bipartisan instance, $1.5 million set aside for improvement to a fire station in the village of Richfield Springs in New York at the request of Republican Representative Elsie Stefanik or whatever you say his name, and Democrat Hill Gillibrand. So the thing they said they weren't going to do, they're doing. Now, Schumer, the guy who never smiles, he's happy. He said, we're just glad we're going to keep the open government and we don't have to have that poison pill of slowing it down. So anyway, it's amazing the amount of money we don't have. The amount of money we continue to spend. Our credit rating has gone down. And they are spending that money like there's no tomorrow. I just want y'all to remember the guy that talked about it a lot. Doesn't make me smart. Doesn't make me smart at all. But it does concern me that we just don't stop. So what they do up there in Washington, they do in Baton Rouge too. Figure out what you're worth. Every man has a price. Schumer added $1 million to build a new environmental justice center in New York City. The 1,000 pages, out of the 1,000 pages, 605 pages are earmarks. That's how they buy votes. But, as I like to hear from my buddies in Louisiana, they're going to give it to somebody. They're going to give it to me. And most people will take that money. As my food prices skyrocket. It's unbelievable. But this is what's happening in Washington. Happened in Baton Rouge last year when the goons that were in charge, Bellboy, Blank Page, and Shakedown Shake Snotter, spending every penny they could get. John Stefanski and the rest of them right there with them. Cocktail Cousin, they all went with them. You know, had to make sure people taken care of. When we get back, will we have tort reform? Senator Kirk Talbot will answer that when we get back.
As Louisiana's only fiberglass manufacturer and fabricator, C-Safe Fiberglass Grading and Structural Systems has provided corrosion-resistant products to the Gulf Coast for over 45 years. Our fiberglass grading, cable trays, and structural shapes are ideal to replace corroded, rotting building products and can be custom fabricated by the best fiberglass craftsmen in the world, right here in Lafayette. Contact C-Safe or visit our website at csafe.com. That's S-E-A like the ocean, S-A-F-E.com.
Spring is here, and if you love seafood like I do, you need Ragin' Cajun, the original Cajun seasoning, and Ragin' Cajun's delicious seafood dinners like etouffee, Creole sauce, shrimp and grits, seafood bisque, gumbo and roux. All Ragin' Cajun products are made right here in Acadiana. Folks, trust me, they are good. Ask for the Ragin' Cajun and all your favorite grocery stores today. Ragin' Cajun, the original Cajun seasoning. Ask them for the Ragin' Cajun. Oh, man, I love me some Superior Grill. Superior Grill, the best Mexican food in the state of Louisiana, bar none, baby. They are the best, and you're going to love them, too. They got great drinks and food, and the atmosphere is second to none. They know what they're doing. They know how to serve. Hey, folks, you do know they cater. They do cater. Superior Grill, located in New Orleans, Shreveport, and Baton Rouge, Lafayette right around the corner. You're going to love Superior Grill. You're going to love the atmosphere. You're going to love the taste. They can handle anything you got. Folks, they got happy hours. They really serve the people. And you're going to love Superior Grill. I love it. You're going to love it. I cannot wait to go to Superior Grill. I've been going to Superior Grill now for 29 years. Let me tell you, I know all about Superior Grill. When I want good Mexican food, I'm going to Superior Grill. I want to see you there. We're going to have a blast.
Head over to Champagne. This hour brought to you by Matthew James Tax and Wealth Management. Online at MatthewJames.com.
Welcome back. Thank you for being part of the program. 844-766-6607. We're joined by Senator Kirk Talbot joins us. Kirk, how you doing?
Good. Good morning, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, real quick, because I didn't go back and look exactly what you chair what committee?
Chair of Insurance.
Okay.
Senate Insurance.
Okay. Now, let's, because I haven't looked at it, I'm going to actually be at the Capitol broadcasting, me and Brian Howdy, and I'm going to do my program, and then we're going to do a couple extra hours for guaranteed with Brian. So we're going to, right now we're scheduled to be at the Attorney General's office. But my question to you is, can you tell us what bills are being filed? I know this tort reform thing, me and you have talked about it on air, off the air. We definitely want tort reform. We definitely want to make some changes. So can you tell me some bills that you've seen filed or filed that you think is going to make a difference if we can get them passed?
Sure. I'll start with auto first. Robert Alon has a bill to finally fix our direct action issue. That's something where, we're one of only 2 states in the country that has that, where, you name the insurance companies in the trial, which is, in the 48 other states that causes prejudice within the jury, and they inflate claims because they think they're not suing Moon Griffon, that they're suing some insurance company that's got all this money. So that's one of them. I've got a bill to increase the prescriptive period from 1 to 2 years. Again, we're one of only 2 states that does that. Now, that does cause some people, especially in the commercial trucking business, some heartburn, because we don't want someone to show up on our doorstep 1 year and 364 days later and say, I'm suing you, here's all my medical bills and all the surgeries I had. So we're going to do some disclosure things in there where, maybe there's some triggers where you have to disclose if you're having these procedures, where we don't just get caught blindsided. Collateral source is something that was kind of fixed in 2020, but not really fixed. It's not really working. We're just going to do what I did earlier in 2020 on a bill that got vetoed, where we're just going to make it common sense, Moon. If we're going to pay your medical bill, if I hit you and cause you bodily damage, I'm going to pay your bill. I'm not going to pay some inflated rate, some phantom damage that was never paid that ends up being a windfall, which drives all our rates up. Mm-hmm. We're also going to have some transparency on third-party litigation. Rick Edmonds has that bill. That is a bill that was Barrow Peacock had last year. Good transparency bill. Governor John Bell vetoed it. So we're going to do that. We're going to do, I think Thomas Presley is working on some bills on tort reform as well. I'm not sure exactly what he's working on, but those are the main things we're trying to do. Align us with other states so we're not outliers. And look, people ask me all the time, why are our rates so high? It's real simple. There's 2 reasons. Rates in accidents in Louisiana are double the national average in accidents that have bodily injury, even though we drive the same cars, even though we have the same bodies as everybody else. And the payout for those bodily injury claims is double the national average. Therefore, our rates are the highest in the country.
Good point.
So we just got to figure out, and I think we have, where we're outliers and put us in line and just do common sense reforms.
Well, let me ask you a question. First of all, his name is Senator Kirk Talbot. Let's start. The 2020, you said they did reform, really didn't work. Is that the one they called tort reform?
My bill was 5 different things. It was a big bill, and we swung for the fence. That bill got vetoed.
I thought so.
We could do. The only thing we really could do that we knew would get signed was we lowered the jury trial threshold. This was Speaker Sengsteiner's bill. We lowered the jury trial threshold from 50,000 to 10, which will help. Now, that is something that we're not seeing the benefits of that yet because COVID delayed jury trials for 2 years, but that will help. We really ought to lower it to 0. We're still tied for the highest in the nation. He also had in that bill that you can disclose whether or not people in the car had their seatbelt. We were one of the few states that suppressed that from the jury. That was a good thing. I don't want to get too into the weeds on the collateral source part of his bill, but it was something that was just kind of nibbled at the edges, and it's a little bit better than the system we had before, but it really doesn't fix the problem. So, but look, we ran what could be passed. We didn't want a bill to get vetoed again. So we did get some good things out of that bill. So that's what I mean when I say, that bill didn't go far enough.
Well,
but look, we're filing bills to fix the problem, nothing less.
No, what I was saying, I got mad about the bill because it was a step in the right direction. It really wasn't much of a step, and that's the only part I'm making. I didn't think it'd do much, and I don't think it did. But let's go back. Let's move on to what you're trying to do now. First of all, how hard is it going to be to fight the trial lawyers on this? Because they're going to be in there, it seems like to me, fighting almost everything that you talked about.
They will, and we've gotten some pushback. Now, 2-year prescriptive is something that most trial lawyers I've talked to want. So there's going to be some give and take there. But, I hope they don't. I mean, these are common sense things. And look, the big billboard attorneys, they have signs up and down I-10 from here to Mobile. In all those states, we're doing, Mississippi and Alabama, we're doing similar what they do there. So I would hope that they would work with us on this. I can't predict. I mean, I think there's going to be some pushback. I can't tell you exactly what they're going to do, but I would anticipate that they would push back on some of these things.
Let's say, Kirk, and you told me straight out, we coming with the bills, and I appreciate that. I think you got to come aggressively and try to beat back what's going on. But let's say you passed everything. Let's say you did. We had that kind of victory. How long before we really see something here? I mean, how long will people start seeing a difference dealing with insurance and what we're paying and what we're paying out of pocket and things of that nature? Is there any way to put a timetable on this? I'm just curious because we pass a lot of bills, and I don't never see the results of it. And I think this is something we have to see the results because insurance is wearing our rear ends out.
It is, and as far as auto goes, I mean, I don't know if I could tell you, this bill will drop our insurance rates by this percent or by this time. I can tell you this, Nationwide Insurance Company. I'm sure you've heard of Nationwide, right? Yep. You've heard their commercials.
Nationwide is on your side.
State, that's right. But we're the only state in the country where they will not write an auto policy.
Oh my God!
And when I reached out to them years ago, they said, "Look, your litigation environment, we ain't coming there." So we need capacity. We need Nationwide to write in Louisiana. A lot of your listeners own commercial vehicles. They will tell you there's really only one, especially an 18-wheeler, there's really only one or two companies left that will even write policies for commercial vehicles in Louisiana anymore because of the litigious environment. I think if we pass these bills, other commercial companies that have pulled out of Louisiana over the years or have just flat out, we won't come there, they'll start coming. Capacity equals lower rates. We've got to have capacity to get affordability.
No, I'm not arguing with that. The reason why I'm asking was not to give me a figure or low like that, Kirk. I just think we got to have some realistic. We got to have some realistic outcomes, and that's what I'm really trying to get from you. You just mentioned a lot of really good things that could happen, but I think every one of them has to pass in the forms and not watered down, and that's my big fear, that a lot of the stuff that you're fighting for will be watered down. I don't want it watered down.
I don't either. And look, you've got to let auto accidents that happened under the old system make their way through and flush those out. And then every auto accident, let's say all these bills pass and they all go to effect January 1st. Well, everything after January 1st, those accidents that happen under the new system, that's where you're going to start seeing, seeing a benefit. But you've got to have all the old ones flush out.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term strategy. I wish I could say, hey, I'm going to file this bill and we're going to lower rates 30%. That's just not realistic. But if we do nothing, Moon, we're going to just still be number one if we do nothing.
Yeah. Let me take a quick break.
Number one, meaning the highest insurance rates in the country.
Yeah, I get it. Senator Kirk Talbot, let me hold you just one more second. We'll take a quick break. Back more with Kirk Talbot. Senator Kirk Talbot on all this tort reform talk and will we really get something done? And we need to. But we need to see the results, and I understand what he's saying, but we need to see some results. Anyway, to take a break, you're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Spring is here, and if you love seafood like I do, you need Ragin' Cajun, the original Cajun seasoning, and Ragin' Cajun's delicious seafood dinners like etouffee, Creole sauce, shrimp and grits, seafood bisque, gumbo and roux. All Ragin' Cajun products are made right here in Acadiana. Folks, trust me, they are good. Ask for the Ragin' Cajun and all your favorite grocery stores today. Ragin' Cajun, the original Cajun seasoning. Ask them for the Ragin' Cajun. Folks, I want to tell you about one of my new advertisers, Adapt Concepts AC Service Repairs. Serving all of Acadiana, surrounding areas, and the Gulf of Mexico for over 6 years. Full-service AC and heating company, repairs, installation, and preventive maintenance, which is very, very important. Installation service, professional quality services, focus on creating value for you. Terms of certified technician, 24/7 customer service, and free consultation. I'm talking Adapt Concepts, AC Service Repairs. You want the professionals, you want the best, this is them. Purchase a qualified high-efficient system for maintenance, plus get a free 12-year parts and labor warranty. Wow, don't you want to know about that? Call them at 337-408-8202. That's 337-408-8202, or go to the website, adapt-ac.com. That's adapt-ac.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. It's termite season. Did you know termites are responsible for over $1 billion worth of damage in Louisiana alone? For over 60 years, J&J Exterminating has been shielding homes and businesses. 100% guaranteed against termites, pests, and mosquitoes. Louisiana-owned, customer-focused. J&J Exterminating.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating.
Get the shield.
Yeah.
LA 22.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. Kirk Talbot on the Matthew James Tax and Wealth Management Hotline. Senator Kirk Talbot talking about tort reform. Hey, Kirk, you when you talked, you said that y'all gonna bring everything. And is there anything that hadn't been filed that you wish would have gotten filed? You think this is one of those things you got enough stuff filed, now you got to go get it passed?
I think we got enough stuff filed, on the property side as well. I mean, we're doing the same thing on the property side. I mean, we're going to fix the bills that we think will fix the problem. And look, a lot of these bills, if not all of them, results of the governor's transition team on insurance, Commissioner Temple's transition team, two task force that I was a part of in the off-season, two legislative task force, one on property, one on commercial auto. They're all recommending the same things. Okay. And that's what we've compiled together and done.
Yeah, well, but somebody may ask, say, Senator Talbot, why don't you just go look and see what Texas is doing, Tennessee, whatever, that don't have this, and just follow everything they're doing. Is that too simple?
No, I mean, we're definitely looking at what other states do. I mean, for example, on the property side, we don't require written proof of loss. Not many people may not know what that is, but that is, we're one of the only states, maybe the only state that doesn't require that. But what that causes is major confusion on when does your claim start, which triggers the 30 days, which triggers when the insurance company has to pay you, which if it goes beyond the 30 days, which triggers bad faith penalties. And insurance companies, that I've met with are like, look, y'all the only ones that don't have this. We don't know what the rules are in Louisiana. We can put our money somewhere else. So we have a bill. I have a bill that does that defines when the claim starts. And look, insurance companies manipulate that to their advantage, and lawyers manipulate that to their advantage. And the policyholder is the one that gets the short end of the stick. So, that's just an example of, look, we're the only state that doesn't do this. We need to do this and clarify that whole property claims process. So honestly, you don't need a lawyer after this bill passes because the insurance company, they're dead to rights. They better pay you within that certain amount of time or there is no more ambiguity, and they know they're on the hook for fines and penalties. So I think it'll make the process a lot better.
Yeah, well, and I know I bring this up, and it's really nothing you could do about it. I just feel like, and I know you do too, and all the stuff that we're trying to do, new governor, new legislature, we got to do something that starts making a difference in people's lives. Now, I know you can't do it today, but man, the next few years, you got to feel like we headed in the right direction on some of the stuff that we're doing, and that's why I keep bringing up the questions of when I break up. I want to know when. You can't necessarily give it a win because you haven't passed the bills yet. And something else you brought up too. I feel like as an insurance payer, which is everybody in the state basically, unless you're just getting away from it, we're caught between the insurance company and the trial lawyers, and we're getting beat up in between. And I don't care what anybody says. Right. That's exactly what's taking place.
Right. I mean, the policyholder's the one, me included, whose rates went up 2.5 times since before the 4 storms. We're the ones that take the butt kicking. But, especially on the property side, we're going to try to fast track this package of bills as quick as we can because all the reinsurers and everybody, that whole market, again, starts around June 1st, all those renewals. And we need to send a message to the insurance world that, look, we've fixed the outlier problems we have. We've aligned ourselves with what the other Gulf states do. Because right now, Florida had a huge insurance crisis, all man-made, no storms, all man-made because of their litigious environment. They fixed their problem. Now we're the ones that have the problem, and we're a little state. I mean, State Farm and Allstate have pulled out of California because of various reasons, a lot of it litigious. They'll dump Louisiana in a heartbeat. We're not a big state for them. They want to write here, and we want to send them a message that, look, we're open for business, especially on the property side. Availability is what will equal affordability. And right now, we just don't have the availability. There's just nobody, they just don't want to write here because of certain things. They'll write in storm-prone areas, but they won't write when we have litigious environments where they can't predict what's going to happen if they do A, B, or C.
Yeah, no, I think you just hit it on the head, man. I think you hit a grand slam with it. We got to get competition here, Kirk, and I know you know it because you just explained it to. We got to get where more and more people are coming here, writing insurance, competing, which will drive some of the price down. And if we don't do something major, my fear is this: all this step in the right direction BS I've been listening to for 30 years. I've been doing this. We need some major changes. Major changes.
Well, I think you're going to see that in this package that we're going to have on the auto and on the property side. I hate the phrase "step in the right direction" too, and
I hate it.
I'm trying to make sure I don't say that, so that doesn't become my nickname. I don't want to be, step in the right direction.
I'm not trying to do that to you. I'm just telling you that the reason
I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. But we don't plan on. I mean, we're going to file the bills to fix the problem and do nothing else is what we want to do.
Yeah, and that's it. I just know what I hear a lot of times when they did the tort reform a few years ago, and I was on there and I said, they come back with a step in the right direction. Or as soon as they passed it, Lobby and everybody else jumped out in the exact words they said. I was laughing so hard, I thought, here we go, nothing was done. Now everybody's telling me there was something done. Go ahead.
We had a governor that was going to veto those, but we did the best we could. With this governor, we got a new governor, a good Republican conservative, and there's no reason why we can't get what we want and get these bills passed.
I'm going to ask you one tough question with the governor, and it's not for you to make an opinion on it. I'm just throwing it out there. How important is it for Governor Landry to be all in on this? I'm just asking. I'm not asking you to tell me what you think he's going to do and all that. How important to you and everybody else to get something done? Because I know how powerful governors are. You know better than me. But how important is it for Jeff to get behind this?
Very important.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Very important.
Yeah.
And I think when the governor is presented with these bills, he'll be supportive of them because they're common sense bills. They're not off the rails. They're, bills that help Louisiana citizens. And that's what we're trying to do. And what we wake up every day serving our constituents. So, but it's very important, Moon. Very important.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is that's not to go put pressure on Jeff. Jeff ran a campaign like everybody else. I know he wants businesses to do good. I know he wants individuals to do better. Without this, I don't know if we can get there. That's why I think Governor Landry has to be an important part of helping push this. And I'll tell him that when he comes on the air. He's got to be part of it.
Nothing he wants. I don't know how we accomplish all the things he wants to do, that any governor wants to do. Retain jobs, create jobs, keep our young and brightest from moving out of Louisiana. If you can't afford to live in your home, we've all dealt with crime. I live in New Orleans. We've all lived with crime, and I'm glad we did this the crime session, and I think that's going to help. But we're at a different point now on the insurance market where, we can't live here. Even on the auto side, at least we have choices with auto. I mean, they'll write us. They'll charge us the highest premiums in the country, but at least they're there. We're getting to the point now where people's homeowners insurance is getting to the point where you can't live in your house.
Yeah.
So something's got to be done.
But
that's what we're planning on doing.
But even if y'all got everything passed like you want to, do you see y'all coming back next year with something else? Because it seems like that's probably what you're going to have to do. If I just know when you finished everything, will we be comparable to Texas?
Yes.
That's the big question. Because if we aren't, that means we're getting there, bro. We moving good and quick, right. And that's a good thing.
That's right. That's right. And God willing, we won't have another storm. We can go another year without storms would also help. But look, we know we're going to have storms. So, we got to, prepare for that. And we got to have legislation to help us with that. But to answer your question, I'm sure we'll have, you'll see insurance bills every year. But this is going to be the main push. You're always going to have cleanup bills, or maybe we have to pivot and adjust to as the market changes and as, environments change. But the big push will be this year.
Yeah, we need big things for y'all to do, not steps in the right direction. That's the reason why I phrase it like that. Senator Kirk Talbot,
right.
We're going to probably hear from you a bunch during the session. I hope we will.
Sure.
If we can help you on any of that,
Anytime.
let us know. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, bud. All right, take a break. More to come. Hour number 3 for you folks leaving. God bless. See you tomorrow. We'll be in Baton Rouge at the Pelican Institute Summit tomorrow. So we'll be interviewing a lot of people tomorrow. God bless. The rest of you stick around. Another great hour to come.
For the absolute best in local Cajun food, check out Prejean's in their 2 locations in Carencro and Broussard today.
News Talk 96.5 KPEL, Brobridge, Lafayette, a Town Square media station broadcasting from the Matthew James Financial Studio.
This is a Fox News alert. Nikki Haley suspends her campaign. I'm Lisa Brady. The former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador won just 2 Republican primaries since contests began last month. Now, both sides are vying for Haley's voters.
She made the official announcement in Charleston, but did not endorse her main rival, former President Trump.
It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that.
In a Truth Social post, he said many of Haley's voters came from the, quote, radical left Democrats and invited them to join his, quote, movement. President Biden released a statement on Haley saying, quote, she was willing to speak the truth about Trump and that there's a place for her supporters in his campaign.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The 2 top Republicans in Congress are now endorsing the former president. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's convinced of a Trump return and says House Republicans will work hand in hand with him.
And we are going to turn the catastrophe, the crisis, the decline that we've described this morning completely around.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, in a written statement, says it's clear the former president has earned enough support to be the nominee and that he'll support the nominee. The first Fox News power rankings for the general election find 72% of Americans think the country's headed in the wrong direction and show the former president leading, but neither candidate with enough electoral college votes. to win. New York Governor Kathy Hochul just announcing a 5-point plan to crack down on subway crime after a transit worker was slashed in the neck last week.
And let me just be very, very clear. These brazen, heinous attacks on our subway system will not be tolerated.
Her plan includes sending hundreds of National Guard members and state police to check bags, also updating the camera system and better coordination with prosecutors to prevent repeat offenders. America is listening to Fox News.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4-LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Pure Talk believes in American values and that free should mean exactly that, free. Well, switch to Pure Talk today and you'll get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Now, qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and, of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today and switch to my cell phone company, Pure Talk.
The owner and operator of a cargo ship confirming it was hit by a missile southwest of Yemen and is now drifting. The latest attack blamed on Iran-backed Houthi rebels.
A loud bang and a large plume of smoke some 57 miles southwest of Yemen. This after an American-owned and Barbadian-flagged cargo ship nearby said it had been ordered to change course by an entity claiming to be the Yemeni Navy. A U.S. Navy destroyer has also reported being fired on. The USS Carney shooting down drones and a missile fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels. The Houthis have carried out attacks on shipping since November in solidarity with Hamas. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
2 U.S. officials tell the Associated Press the suspected Houthi attack caused fatalities on the Barbados-flagged cargo ship. British officials say the crew has abandoned the vessel. If that's true about the fatalities, they'd be the first known deaths from the Houthi attacks on ships. The Fed chair telling lawmakers the economic outlook is uncertain, which means they're also not sure that progress on inflation will continue. So he's not offering any hints on when the Fed might start cutting interest rates. This after the latest reading on job openings.
There were 8.9 million open jobs on the last day of January. The Labor Department's Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey suggests demand for labor remains robust, though job openings have moderated from a record 12 million in 2022, the number is still much higher now than before the onset of the pandemic in 2020. The number of people quitting jobs fell slightly to 3.4 million. Fewer people quitting is a sign of the job market softening. Ginny Cosola, Fox News.
A rebound on Wall Street right now. The Dow is up 210 points. The S&P up 41, getting close to record territory again. The Nasdaq's up 149. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.